We're really living in the end days. Oh yeah. And we're seeing it in the Schumann resonance. We had the pillars of light, and we might all be going through interesting feelings, interesting symptoms. You know, in the past, we had stress in the past. I know it's a stressful time, but what we're all experiencing, the physical ascension symptoms, and we're gearing up for the solar flash. Everything is literally changing. We broke that down last night in our Zoom meeting on Patreon. It was a lot of fun. We really dive deep into what's really going on. And we get the evidence that the solar flash is happening, and it's amping up through as we analyze the Schumann resonance. And we're getting all this weird glitches and activity. And, it's going to be an interesting update today. We're going to break down a lot of what we're feeling and what it means, what's going on. So if you're just tuning in right now, please give the video a like. It's going to help others find this very important update. Yeah, your palate, your diet, and taste buds are changing forever. That's for sure, Melissa. We're just going to give everyone a few minutes to get on. And as you come in, keep smashing that like button. It's going to help others find this message. I appreciate that. It's the pillars of light. We're seeing it in the Schumann resonance. I highlighted the contrast when you look at that readout in the world famous thumbnail, and you look at the blackout the other day, and now you look at the pillars of light next to it. We shared recently that we had a blackout. The blackout was 4 hours, and then it retroactively became 20 minutes. So you could see, so now we have these bursts. They're equal in length. So they're all about 20 minutes of bursts. And you're just feeling like so crazy right now. Are you feeling like everything's crazy? Does your body feel like it's crazy right now? Right? It's unbelievable. We're going to talk about the contrast today, self-expression, transcending the symptoms from last night, and how to get to the next phase. Sometimes we need to sit and do nothing and just be. And, what's really going on with the DNA activation that we're all experiencing right now. Yep. Ground crew. It's the Schumann Resonance ground crew. We're all here. We're taking in these energies right now, and it's rough, but it's really magnificent when we all come together. And last night we all came together on Patreon, and that live. It's 2 hours. Last night was really amazing. It's great to be together with all of you on Zoom. If it calls you to join our Patreon, the link is pinned above. And, I'm very grateful for Chase for sharing the evidence that you shared. Chase, if you're on right now, thank you. We're really understanding that the solar flash is now, and all the things that we're seeing out there, all the craziness that what's going on out there, right? It's all related. It's all coming together. This is the end. It's also the beginning. It's the end of the old world. Wasn't it crazy, Christine? Right? But that's what makes us an authentic community, and that's what makes the message authentic. It wasn't even planned. That's why I'm doing this live, right? When we do it together live, and some of us see things out there, and you're like, oh, is this real? Is it real? Last night we figured out it was real. Oh, and then we say, holy shift. It's real. It's real. Yeah. And, some of us have friends. You might have family that say, oh, we're just going to go back. We're just going to go back. But, especially if you take a look at our, it's 2 hours of information, and it all ties together. We're all having cosmic dreams, actually. We're all having cosmic dreams. So, please give the video a like, and let's get the show on the road. So we see the pillars of light in the Schumann resonance, and you could see the contrast, the blackouts to the sharp bursts of light. And as we go through this time period, we are experiencing extreme contrast. Cosmic Dreams, thank you very much. Thank you for being you. And thank you for being you, Cosmic Dreams. That's what it's all about right now. You have to just be yourself. We're actually going to talk about that today. So remember that the Schumann resonance is connected to human brain waves. It's human consciousness. We're seeing the contrast. We're seeing dark and light. We're seeing the shadows right now. The light actually helps us see the shadows. We can see the shadows in our everyday life experience. We can see the shadows of the collective right now. A lot of people are in denial. Oh, this isn't the end of the world. There it is. Right? It's not the end. But we're seeing it in the Schumann resonance. And you know what? When you're in tune with the way of New Earth, and sometimes we were taught seeing is believing. You got to see it to believe it. A lot of people, they might have to see. They just tune into a frequency, whatever the mind control, whatever they were told by the frequency. That becomes their reality. We were given subconscious programs since we were born. This is the way of the world. All along, the way of the world was fake. It was fake. So now we're going through a breakthrough. A lot of you, like myself, have been feeling very low. Have you been feeling very low lately? Share in the chat, share in the comments if you've been feeling very low. We were saying, how low can you go? Yeah, but it's okay. It is a roller coaster, Holly. So we're having the ups and downs, and we could actually see it in the Schumann resonance as well. But now it's time. The pillars of light snap us out of it. We're snapping out of it right now. And we're integrating the light of Christ, right? The solar flash is not an ancient myth. It's happening right now. Our DNA is activating. We're feeling, so crazy inside. We are experiencing extreme fatigue, Kelly. A lot of people are experiencing extreme fatigue. I was experiencing it until last night. Last night, as we're sharing symptoms, I was getting ready for bed, and I couldn't fall asleep. I didn't fall asleep till like 2 a.m., which is not like characteristic of me. Could not fall asleep. I think that I got the power. I got the power in me. You know that one? I got the power from doing a 2-hour live stream with all of you last night. And it just was so empowering. We got into such deep truths and sharing as a community. It really, it's putting us on our trajectory for our new path that we're on. You got the power going right now. And, so I couldn't fall asleep last night. And then I wake up this rising, and now I'm exhausted because I didn't, fall asleep like how I normally fall asleep. So maybe you experienced that as well. The pillars of light, they're coming in and they're shaking us up. Cramps in the feet, right? A lot of us are feeling cramps in the body, which is a lot of energy blockages, and we're all going through it. We're getting blasted and beaten around by these bursts, the solar flash. I shared with you guys on my journey. I had to visit my doctor, my chiropractor, right? The healing hands of God. He's really a holistic guy, and we have to be conscious that we're an electrical being, and getting adjustments and getting the ultrasound and getting that treatment, it really helps us. And it really helped me on my journey. I've been sharing that how my lower back, the base of the spine it's been terrible. And now I'm starting to feel a little bit better. So we're starting to snap out of it. The pillars of light, it's helping us to blast off. That's for sure. If you're ready to blast off, please smash the like button. It helps others find this message. Yeah, ultrasound. Hi, friend. Ultrasound is very important for healing. And we're not talking about ultrasound to see. Ultrasound healing, it sends these sound waves and it opens up your capillaries, and you're getting increased blood flow to an area that you might not get a lot of blood flow. And through the increased blood flow, it's a slow, natural healing. So now you could get the nutrients to those areas and you heal faster. So yeah, if you have a doctor or a chiropractor that has ultrasound, it's very, very helpful during this time period. So we're transcending the unwanted reality. We were given a reality by the Matrix, and now we have to start our lives over. Even I, like all of you, we kind of feel like a little bit of a victim, if you will, right? We're a victim of the Matrix. The Matrix. I say, oh shucks. There's one aspect of my life I say, oh, why did I have to live in this area? What's going on? But no one's going to have a pity party for us. We're learning that we're going to have to do things on our own. Our friends and family and acquaintances aren't going to do it for us. We have to do it ourselves. It's very scary. A lot of us are in the hermit mode right now. And when you're in the hermit mode, you're tapping into quantum possibilities. Tap into quantum possibilities. Sometimes on our journey, we have to sit and do nothing. It's true. Sometimes on our journey, we have to sit and do nothing and allow the reality come to us. We're witnessing and about to witness, because it's going to increase. We're literally witnessing the end of the world, but it's the end of the world as we know it, and it's a very tough time period. A lot of people are in denial that this is that this is ending right now. It's over, and it's scary. Even myself, I get scared sometimes too. Light warriors, that's okay. It's okay if you get nervous, but we have to make plans to make these shifts. We have to make shifts. So we're actually creating, and this is what Nikola Tesla did. We could make the creation of our reality by sitting alone and sit and do nothing. You're actually creating the reality with your mind. I know some people, they might tune into this and they say, well, this guy's crazy. But we actually, I can't stress enough to you. I guess I've done this over the course of my entire life, but now it has to amp up, and it has to be an accelerated process. We don't have a couple of years. Well, little Johnny, do you have a 5-year plan? Do you have a 5? We don't have. Okay, ready? We don't have time for a 5-year plan. This is ending in months. We got to get going. We got to get going now. Yeah. And the sooner that we tap into the quantum possibilities, it's all quantum. There's different versions of yourself. They're waiting out there. They're waiting for you. But we can't just sit on the couch. We have to get up. And we're going to have to do hard things that maybe we never really, like some certain things. I didn't know how to do a lot of things that I'm doing right now. And, we have to continuously expand and move on to the next steps. DNA activation is occurring during these shifts. I'm sure, all people are feeling it. I know people in their 20s, their 30s, their 40s, their 80s. You're not going through a midlife crisis. I know it's stressful in the world right now. This is not stress. It is stress. This is I'm sure, we're live right now. Let me know in the chat. Are you feeling things? Are you having experiences so intense you've never experienced them before in your life? You never experienced them before. Today was like the first day that I woke up without extreme panic. And so many people have been sharing it. We shared it together last night on Patreon in our Zoom meeting. People are waking up in extreme panic, and it's uncontrollable. It's just it's there. It's like it's in the air. Nikola Tesla said the ether. It's in the ether, because we're the collective. And we're all experiencing this right now. It's literally in the air. People are picking up. This is the end right now. Wake up. We're feeling it. We're feeling it. A great shaking. Vengeance of the Lord. Remember the vengeance of the Lord? It's not an ancient myth. It's happening right now. The DNA activation is occurring. And you might feel very uncomfortable, not so comfortable, but you're turning into a beautiful butterfly. It's the organic, like the X-Men, right? We could see the master of magnetism, Magneto. A lot of stories in the comic books. This depiction is not only is it beautiful artwork, isn't it terrific? I love as I appreciate the artwork so much more now. You start to appreciate when you start getting in tune. It might not seem divine feminine, right? But you start having appreciation for certain things, right? But there's a lesson behind this. I don't know if you could make it out, right? But it is a tremendous artwork, right? And you can say, what's the lesson? What's the lesson? Mike, what's the lesson? Are you ready for the lesson? There's a lesson behind this. That's why we have the comics. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe to the channel. Click the bell next to subscribe. Select all. You'll get all the updates. Lion's Mane, thank you so much. I appreciate that so much. It's my honor to do this. There's a lesson. What this is actually, you might not be able to make it out, and you might not be familiar with the stories. Some of you might have watched the movie X-Men Days of Future Past. Days of Future Past? If you haven't seen that movie, you should check it out. Magneto was the master of magnetism, electromagnetism, if you will. And he was kind of like, he wanted to protect the mutants, right? Those that had their DNA activated. And the government was coming after them. So they built these sentinels, right? Sentinels, technology, robots that were 50 feet tall. It was about, it was like 50 feet tall about, And the robots would come, and they would come for the X-Men. Love the comic books, right? There's a story here, though. Story. So what we're seeing here is a 50-foot, this is a face of the 50-foot robot, and Magneto is ripping out of the face of the robot. That's like the head of the Sentinel. Those that are the comic book people. The lesson is the DNA activation. The God-given ability is greater than the technology of the 50-foot robot. A lot of you might feel you're so small compared to the technology, and it's like David versus Goliath. But the true power is in the DNA. And Magneto rips apart the Sentinel. Some of you that watch I used to watch the X-Men cartoon cartoon show, back when cartoons were cool. Remember the X-Men cartoon show that they gave you beautiful lessons, and then they would fight the Sentinels, and they were these giant robots, and they would come for the X-Men. Technology. So, you know, we learn a lot through the comic books. Some people say, oh, it's not so spiritual. It's not so spiritual. You know, He-Man was good too. We talked about He-Man. And they showed you like the electromagnetism came down, the lightning bolt, and then he turns into He-Man, right? Master of the universe. I shared that story. You should check that one out. We shared it on May the 4th. May the 4th be with you. Star Wars Day, actually. I shared a big story about that. Yeah. So we have to understand and overstand that we're going through massive shifts. Right? Juno Joe, thank you so much. Thank you for your kindness and your heart of compassion for humanity and the children who are being attacked by evil. Thank you for your truth of goodness. God is good. Thank you for that, Juno Joe. So that's what it's all about right now. I'm very grateful for all of you, you know, and, you know, we're embracing the pillars of light right now. Do you know these are the pillars of light? And it's your DNA that's coming online. And guess what? We're all kind of feeling lousy. There's a lot of you ever see the craziness what's going on out there right now? It's unbelievable. Especially when we broke it down last night. It's unbelievable. We're literally living in Star Wars right now. Yeah. It's really it's happening right now. And if you're, you know, you might be on the cusp. You're like, the world's not really ending. No, it's not over. No, we're just going back to normal. That's why we look at the Schumann resonance. And the ship's going down. Ship's going down. So we have to start making moves to adapt. You know, I share authentically. It hasn't been an easy year for me as well. And that's why I'm grateful for all of you. You actually make it fun. You know, if I go to my earlier self, right? We're on an evolutionary journey. I hear a guy on YouTube talk about that. We're on an evolutionary journey. You know that guy? We're on an evolutionary journey. And the prior me would look, if I went back in time and I went to my 25-year-old self and I says, Mike, you're going to live through this is what's going to happen to you in 1 year. My 25-year-old self would say, oh man, I don't want, no way. And it has been a rough time, but it's been one of the most rewarding years of my everyday life. Because I'm out of the comfort zone. I'm learning how to do new things. It's a lot of change. We can kind of pump the brakes. I'm like, God, hi, God. Can you just slow it down and make it a little bit easier? But we all have to go through massive changes, you know. So understand and overstand that the pillars of light, they're activating you. And we see it in Schumann resonance. And, you know, the more that you're in alignment, the better you feel. And you might just feel so tired. You can't talk about old topics. Like just talking about old topics they're not going to be here anymore. It stresses you out. It drains you. And so many people are going into hermit mode right now because you have to integrate these energies. Some people, you know, they might hear this and say, oh, it's fear. It's fear. We have to do this to survive. what's about to happen. And then we're going to thrive. We are going to thrive. But as I shared last night in our Zoom meeting, this is why it's getting wider and wider and wider. There's no middle ground. It's going wider and wider. And then once you see, I did this video a long time ago. Once you see, you can never unsee. There were parts of my journey that I did these things. I watched it, and then it's fake. Like how can you even entertain it anymore? It's hard for you to even entertain it, and it's hard. You go through, like I'm going through more of a spiritual death. I says, oh, this was fake. I did this. This was fake the whole time. Ah, shucks. You can't respond to the negativity anymore. And again, we're about to go through some things that at face value look very scary, especially to those that feel that we're going back to the way things were. That we're going in a totally different direction, and it's exhausting. You're swimming against the current. You ever go swimming? And you're swimming against the current, it's going to pull you down. It's time for self-expression. You have to express yourself. I see it. It's happening to me. It's happening to our brothers and sisters. We're trying to express ourselves, and we're being shut down. So you're going to have to find a way. And I know it's draining. You know, you hear these frequencies. People are like, oh, you're crazy. You're crazy. It's over. Look at Schumann. Oh, Schumann. It's the Schumann. It's the frequency. It's two frequencies right now. Are you in tune with God, or are you in tune with the satanic matrix? Because once you see, you can't go back. You can't go back. Everything's shifting right now. You find your creative mind in hermit mode. Leslie Thomas, thank you so much. I appreciate you. It's my honor to do this. We're only responsible for ourselves, you know, and there's absolutely not, because it's free will. We have to respect the free, like just how the serpents didn't respect free will. Everything is free will, and that's the way the world is going to be. That's the way. It's all based on free will. So embrace the pillars of light. Embrace your self-expression, and we're breaking through feeling so low. A lot of us have been feeling really low. God gave us free will, Pamela. That's right. We're supposed to have free will. And that's why God is real angry right now, especially for the children. Because did you know the children don't have free will? Wake up. Vengeance of the Lord is coming. It's true. And quadruple as well. You can get the quad. Keep going. We talked about that. You know, eventually we have to, when am I going to get off the ride? And then it's not just one aspect of life. It's every aspect of the entire reality. When do you say enough is enough? And when do you get off the ride? When do you get off the ride? A lot of us are going through this right now. We're going through massive spiritual awakenings. It's a roller coaster. We're leaving all the things in life that we thought we had. Prestige, yeah, I got to do this. Yeah, I got to be part of this. It gives you prestige. I do it for the light warriors. We don't have to have that prestige was a fake illusion. I know, I did it just for you. It never was prestigious. It was actually satanic. So how are you feeling with the pillars of light? Let us know in the comments. Do you feel like you're having a breakthrough right now? Have you been feeling low? Are you snapping out of it right now? Are you ready for your self-expression? All right. And, you know, what are you going to do to build the quantum possibilities? You know, a lot of times we think we have to build in the physical, but Nikola Tesla said that we actually build in our minds first. And a lot of people are forgetting about that. So if you're having a hard time, if you got to shut the phone off, if you have to go on a vacation, if you have to climb the highest mountain, you will drown. You will get wiped out by Babylon. You have to start creating now. You have to do it in the mind. Create in the mind first. And then you will transcend the unwanted reality. Listen, there's many timelines, there's many possibilities. And I took the account, I looked at the accountability mirror, right? This happened for me a couple of months ago. I says things aren't working out. Things aren't working out. I got to look into the accountability mirror, and I'm going to have to make more changes to my everyday life. So start to transcend the unwanted reality. Use your self-expression. Walk away from the matrix today, because Babylon will consume itself. It's biblical. Oh yeah, Babylon will consume itself. So, you know, I know it's stressful. I'm stressful. I'm stressed out as well, but we're transmuting it. We're breaking through. We're stepping out. We're overcoming. We're going to find a way out. We got to find a way out right now. It's mental health awareness. It's mental health awareness. And that's why everyone's mental health is under attack right now, because you can't create from a place of fear. You can only create from a place of love and authenticity. And if you can't get there, we just have to at least get to acceptance. When you get to the place of acceptance, then you can at least sit back and relax and start to build in your mind. Yeah. If you're new to our channel, you should check out the channel page. You should look at the Hawkins scale of vibrational consciousness. It's very important right now. We're going to share it in our group chats. I'm very grateful for everyone that participates, because we're all a family. We have to build up the families again. We have group chats on Telegram and Discord. I'm very grateful for everyone that joins our Patreon. And last night, it's 2 hours long. There's so much information. If it calls you to join our Patreon, link is pinned above. I'm very grateful for all the support on Patreon. And that recording will be posted very soon. See, so I got to get off. I got a lot of work to do. People think you got nothing. They think these things just happen by themselves. We got work to do. We'll put up the links for Discord and Telegram and all the group chats. It's our everyday lives, 528 for the 528 hertz frequency, the miracle tone. I love you all, and keep sharing. Share this message with the hashtag Schumann Resonance, because the Schumann Resonance is giving us the scientific evidence of the Great Solar Flash event. I love you all. I'll see you all soon. I'll be posting that recording on Patreon shortly. Bye for now.